Okay, so from the middle of New York, America in year 2020, where nothing works, I did my whole Queen Anne thing last night against Queen Elizabeth to point a couple of things out to, like, area nobody specials in where, like, I live, even though I am God compared to Queen Elizabeth, but whatever. So here's my next thing. Ready? For perspective. So there is in my lifetime, in New York State, they've opened a bunch of different things. It's called a Quest. QUEST laboratory. They collect blood samples from average unsuspecting victims that call themselves citizens. You have to go to a facility, you give the blood to whatever. They then send it out to an outside lab. You have no idea. You lose sight of where your blood goes. They mail it somewhere, and then you don't know what the facial deformity looks like on the person that runs the laboratory test. So, here's the next problem. In average everyday citizen, you have these things called corporations, right? Okay, so they're like these big conglomerates. They make big decisions. They are run by boards, BOARDS, at the corpse level, CORPSE and CORPORATION. Great. So you have the corporation, which is like the envelope. And then you have the corpse people, which are like a dead entity that sit in a meeting and they listen and then they make decisions like once a quarter, or so the story goes. I can't confirm that, but that's what they say in the books, according to like Nobody Special Pubic School. So, with that being said, how are these people being elected into this board of elections for corporations? They say if you own 10% of the company's stock or more, you're automatically on the board of the corporations. So here's my question. Why, when I'm God, and so is my father's my electron transporter, arm's length. He is never on a board of like anything that makes money, like no Google. He's not on like Target, Chase. He's not on any of those boards. He's not special enough. In fact, he is, inside the shit that is white, at the colorless God seeds and electron transporter at the top of the importance for everybody for like not going extinct, right? That my father floats in, somebody digested him. He floats inside of fecal matter, inside the toilet. There was a really kind facial deformity person. They went in the toilet. They picked out and washed off all of the non-facially deformed black, brown, caramel, and ashy. But they left my father sitting in shit when my father and I have been sitting in shit for generations now. So I'm just confused where the facial deformity people thought that it was okay to leave God's seed inside the shit that somebody digested and took all of the other kids that are less important, that are going to die altogether. Why would you take those kids out of the toilet but leave God in the fecal matter? I'm just curious, because we've all been floating inside of the digested fecal matter for generations now. We all have the exact same problem, the exact same need to fix, and yet you leave God in there that actually can fix, while you all, try to like take over and like, right, yeah, you really are that fucking stupid. Okay, so here we are. So when it goes to that laboratory where nobody sees where the blood actually goes, and then it comes back in a report, right? Like somebody jerry-rigged a report. Yeah, you spell Jerry with a J or a G. Yeah, right. Either way, you're fucked up. All right, so my color hair, right? Okay, see how it gets dark over here? Right, yeah. We call that God color. It's a high red. Sometimes it almost looks black because it comes in like a dark, ruddy color. Right, so, and if you put product in it, sometimes it can look jet black. We call it jet black, but it's not. It's a high red with very little to zero blue or purple in it whatsoever, depending on how you want to write out the spectrum report. So that's the difference between my colorless priority seedlings and then everybody else in RH positive. That's the difference between RH positive, to be honest with you. It's whether you have blue and purple in your hair. Because that's the one qualification between my tune and everybody else's. So, with that being said, the purple-blue band, when you get a facially deformed band member in your thickness, right? Your whatever skin color, right? Here, I'll give you an exact example. Okay, say I'm caramel for the moment, right? And my number as caramel is, we'll give it 2. Good. So 2 is caramel. Wonderful. Now, inside of my house of caramel, right, because there's only 4 houses, my house happens to be 2, right, so there is a long line of slightly different variants in the potency and the hue and the palette, if I was going to paint you on a painting, right, of caramel color to, right, so it's a long line of, with nobody has names, you have some zodiac birth dates, but again, I'm not labeling you all because who wants to section one person out in like, I don't know, let's give you like a number of 1 million. Great, so I have a million caramel spectrum, right? Different hues, but they're all got that one band member that makes you all qualify for 2, right? Okay, so that's that. And then we've got inside there, you all carry the traits and the genetic marker for blue-purple hair. There's not one of you that has caramel to skin that has a different color hair. Great, because you're in that house if you carry that trait. Wonderful. This is phenotype. Okay. And these are for expressed genes at the moment because I'm giving you a Coptic visual that you can follow along with. So here we are at like basic genetics for stupid any area human at like dipshits, like we're all in this together. So here we are. Okay, so long line, 1 million deep of caramel color, right? And no more or less important. Inside, even though you all have the characteristic for purple-blue hair, inside of that line, there is a deformity of your genetics because somewhere in history, some of your people mixed with the people in the mongoloid radical facial problem of Down syndrome. They broke your beautiful caramel, perfect, pure, whatever, because they sent their whores over the sea to rape your women and have their disgusting carry on in your beautiful, pure house of caramel. It takes you all down. So that's how Asians and Mongoloids work, because they don't want to go anywhere. And they always have to be, they also have a personality disorder. Out of all of your caramel house, I could tell your personality disorders by the size of the Asian band you have on your phenotype. You're either going to be really cooperative because you're pure caramel and you have pride in your ability to like be docile or violent depending on what need be and what's at threat. But the other mongoloid parts of your house, you have to take responsibility for cleaning that out, because if I'm pure white and I'm God and I say and I teach you the difference, they think I'm the bad guy. Right, I don't know how that works. I'm not coming directly for caramel. I'm isolating out your one issue that makes the rest of you look really bad. And then, right, what do we do? Right, I mean, because the ones that have the facial deformity and personality disorder are like criminally insane, and they plague your really good bleeding heart bunnies that then aggravate the hell out of your really angry because they make you all look like pussies. Yeah. Okay, so now we're on the same page, because I hate to tell you, melanin rich to house, they have the exact same, that's their band player number, right? And then we've got, let's see, so we got then we got Ashy, who in Ashy gets mad, a lot of them too, right? They got a million their way, right? So we're all in the exact same problem with the mongoloid deformed special needs children to specially need to stay over where they belong, as long as they're functioning properly, can wipe their own ass and not ask too many questions and not jump their phone or touch any technology or be in charge of anything. Right, as long as those special ed kids stay in their zone with like a big like military fence around it so nobody leaves and we can keep an eye on them. Right. That's usually why we put them on islands with water and we don't send ships. Right, yeah, that was our thinking back in the day, to keep everything pure safe on mainland. But you guys are not so fucking smart in the future. I've noticed when I came back from 2,500 years ago, like just how many rules you let slip in dipshit lollipops that you're like sucking now with everybody. Right. Okay, so there we are. So here's my problem in this life. Those radically deformed children of everybody's house color. Because you all share this blue-purple phenotype, and now you've let their special ed disgusting personalities inside laboratory equipment, they tend to fudge the bar that makes them more like you. So they fudge the results. That's what it comes down to. They take the purple blue that you guys share and they make you and them more alike. So this way you don't see that deformity quite as bad. Right. But it is a big problem on a larger scale when you go over all four houses, because you guys are getting confused. You're like, wait a minute, I'm not going to be a slave to a white person. Yeah, got that. But I'm colorless in that scenario. I inform you. I don't try to like take over. I don't want to live amongst your people. I don't mind coming to visit if you need counseling and help in like, how do we get this fixed and solved together? Kind of how Goddess works. Always been that way in ancient times. I don't know why this version of human is so fucking stupid. This version of human, they're like, oh, I got it. Let's bring in all of the caramel too. Let's bring in all the melanin rich too. Let's bring in all of the ashy too. Let's add new ones from overseas into the newly like fucked up American version that already like had Black Panthers and all this stuff that really got angry. Oh my God, it is like dealing with fucking mentally retarded on so many levels, because then my good, pure, smart people are like, wait, I was duped. Yes, you were. Don't get mad. I'm the good white. Don't shoot off the mouth. Oh, just listen for a moment. All right, so here we go. So in civilian, nobody gives a shit territory, this is what your problems are that plague you. You got some corporations that have a whole lot of money. They got a whole lot of rich people running them. You don't know what the meetings look like. Are they letting in the mongoloid deformed children? Are they trying to control shit? Usually that's the case. So how do we get bullets and guarded men into that meeting and just execute everything that comes that has a mongoloid face, no matter the color? Right, yeah, see, that's what we need at the top. Great, okay, so then we have governments. Right, yeah. Problem is we got a board of, like, corporations that hide. We got some out front facial whatever we can see and puppets in the front of the governments, but not even all of them, because, like, I don't know my local deformities. I mean, I live in high mongoloid IDs. I mean, it's like I don't even want to know who's running the show. I could only imagine. Okay, and then we've got housing, right? See, those top corporations, if you don't know who's running that show because it's hidden from you, and then they're paying the puppets in the government who then you have no control over, that then are in charge of the housing rules and moving all sorts of mixers from other countries without your permission into your neighborhood, and then you can't get them out because nobody let you use a gun and just shoot whatever showed up. Right. And then you go for a job in your local neighborhood, and all the new kids, they just moved in because they had this great idea to, like, have a world's affair with, like, only themselves and leave the white kids out, right? It's gonna be hard to get an employment job and be able to feed your kids and have any voting. Why did you think that you had, in this Constitution and Bill of Rights, you had a vote and a say? I'm curious, all areas stupid, in the United States of America. Yeah. Okay, because it looks like to me you're not on the board of a corporation. You don't have a voting share there. Right. And even if you did, if you don't go to the meetings, you don't know really what fucking happens. Then you've got, like, them going into your government. They pay for whoever they want in because the laws have to be written for the corporations only to keep this facade and really dangerous criminal act going. Right. So you think you have, like, an election and, like, we'll take you into consideration. Yeah, not on your... It's not American Idol. Like, maybe you had a shot there if you were voting for, like, Kelly, like, against, like, whatever the crazy hair guy was. Nobody gives a shit, right? Okay, so that's how that works, right? You never have a vote. You never have a say. I know. You're just so cute. They make you think that way. I know. But yeah, God's here to educate you because I know you didn't learn anything useful in pubic school. Right. And nothing on the news makes any sense. And when they open their mouth, I don't know why they do. Because I listened to Kelly and Ryan for all of, like, 5 minutes this morning. And they did some kind of tech thing. And I'm like, oh, I had to speak to my mother about it. I'm like, I need a live witness. I was like, see this? This is disgusting. I was like, they open their mouths. It's like robots talking about selling the communities on more robots being virtual interviews. Why do you keep going this virtual route? I'm curious, because if you keep going virtual, there's going to be no need for humans. Oh, wait, we're already there because we don't need you to vote. We don't need you to talk. We don't need you to really do anything, and then we make you sick so you die faster, and then you get loud about that and, like, say, like, you need to live longer. So then they open mental institutions to make some of you feel better. But I went to a hospital. I really didn't see any white guys. I saw a lot of, like, all the colors of the rainbow, and a lot of facial deformities. They're killing it big in that industry. Yeah. I wish you would just fucking shoot them all in the face and help the rest of us with maybe getting a vote and a say back in our supposedly free country, although Russia's gonna dump red slime on my head for saying free, and then you're all gonna get green slime because you go, I don't know. We know. I'm trying to help you along the path of, like, learning so we could fix the world. But you are really stupid and you take a long time to accomplish anything. So here we are in corporations. Ready? Okay, so this is what the board now looks like. It used to be all white men. Then we had a shot at the government was being run right and bought correctly, and then the communities had a shot of actually getting the right amount of appropriate funding, and so on and so forth. But because all area fucking asshole needed to now mix the board of men making the decision, which really is the royals telling the stupid board of men to then go out in like a shell of this will be easy to manage, right? Okay, good. But now all of a sudden we have these stupid laws that have to let women on the board. Have you ever tried to get anything accomplished with a woman? Ever? How about 12 of them? It's really fucking difficult because they're all fucking head cases. And then you mix men in there, and now it's a really fucking problem. Then you wanted to mix colors in. Now I have to listen about how the 1800s was the slave era, and then the Mongoloids are sitting there like, could we like speed this up? Like, right, okay, got you. And then we have to sit there as white people like, okay, are we ever going to let the slavery thing drop? Because I'm pretty sure I'm the slave in this version of human, and I don't ever get a word in edgewise when you caramel and dark people show up about cages and your people, and nobody gives a shit. Right. Okay, so see how this goes at corporations when you mix in colors, women, mongoloids, the facial deformity people. Right. Okay, so let's think. Anything else we miss? Oh, and then you want to mix in an equal ratio of gays and straights. Are you all really that fucking crazy? How many obstacles to get one decision approved that's going to actually benefit somebody that actually needs it at the bottom? How many obstacles are you throwing in the way? Like, mixes of personalities that already don't mix. They already have mucho problems. We always have to listen to their fucking, like, version of broken scripts. It's like, if you had one person who sees it all, gets it all, we used to call her ancient goddess, and in ancient Egypt, she was very fair to all of the people. She had the ultimate say, and things got done really quick, and they always benefited. And if there was a problem, she listened and took a personal meeting and then tweaked it just so that your individual situations in the community worked better. So why is it when that actually worked, we have proof in history, that's who I am now, I guess that was my doppelganger, this is my replica, my reappearance, I don't know, like mentally, how do you want to tell yourselves that? You all are something brand new because there's whatever in the purple blue band of members, we don't let you repeat. Right? Well, we try not to. I mean, some of your more beautiful facial ones that can keep their facial purity of beauty and their requirement of being over 6 foot, those we keep. It's the ones that fall below the 6 foot marker line and then mix their seeds with other not so wanting to see that ever again, right? Like this version of you, you are just as beautiful as you were ever going to be, and we like playing in an orchestra together. That's fine, and I mean, I don't judge you, and I don't want you to judge me, and it's a tough topic to talk about, but there are some of your people that are actually really beautiful. I think you notice them too, but don't be jealous of them, because they may or may not, depending on how they treat my situation this life, get another shot at being a beautiful, perfectly strung instrument somewhere else in the future. Right. So that's how that goes. So why is it that you need to have equal women and men's rights, equal gay and straight rights, equal color and God's colorless fruit seeds rights? Where does anything actually get accomplished? All area stupid. Because I've noticed since you've let things go and stuck Elizabeth's fat ass on my rock of the stone of scone over in like the Scottish Gaels of like, you hold on to that symbolic whatever for me, because I don't know what all area America's stupid in, like what they're going to teach or what they're going to even know in the future. But I know somewhere in superstitious mountains, they might remember me. Right. Okay, so, right, calling it like it is, been punished by the everyday hose children of nobody gives a shit, who sat on my face in their all area of dipshits. They put my face literally in their shit and sat on my head as the ancient goddess returned and expected me to just eat out of their shit and smell their shit and never be able to get any help. And that's where I'm living still at age 41 in the state of New York in the U.S.A, which I really have nothing nice to say about, because they allowed my face to sit inside of everybody else's shit and not help me, and I'm the only person on the face of the earth that is in charge of this life, the afterlife, and every life and genetic throughout space and time. So, could somebody, like, go with some bullets, and I gave you priority, like, hurry the fuck up. You could, corporation, and then you idiots allow the corporations to manipulate the government and do these new laws, and then somehow my military got affected, and then all of a sudden they're letting women in, cross-dressers, they're letting gays in. Guys, it didn't work on dry land. What the fuck are you all doing in white caps? Men only, hello?